Welcome. My name is Albert. Thank you for joining me today. And today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the one thing that men should not be giving away freely. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Because on this channel, I teach you guys how to become better men and how to improve your interactions with women. So, guys, let me give you guys a simple question. What is that one thing that you find very precious, that you possess, that you just won't give to anybody, right? Because you don't want anyone to destroy it or waste it. What is that one precious thing that you possess? I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds to think about it. And you can take a minute to pause the video if you need more time to think about that one thing. Okay, so here goes. I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds. Think about it. Have you thought about it? If you said time, you are correct. You see, the thing, guys, is time is such a precious commodity, more precious than money or gold, more precious than diamond, more precious than any natural resources that occur in our planet. You have to understand this and believe this. Your time should be more precious to you than any of those things. Why? Because you cannot get it back. Time is the one thing that you cannot replace. So when it comes to giving of your time, you have to be very, very, and I mean very stingy with it, right? This is what separates high value males and low value males. Low value males give their time freely of everybody, so no one appreciates it. They misuse his time. High value males do not give just anybody their time. If what they are doing does not bring them value, that thing is terminated. Terminated immediately. And I'm going to go into more detail about this. But first, I'm going to tell you guys a story, a personal story in my life where I learned that I need to be very stingy with my time. And I'll also illustrate the one thing that will help you cut out people who are wasting your time. Things that I call time leeches. You need to figure out what are time leeches in your life. What I mean by time leeches is that anything that takes away time from you doing the things that you need to do to improve your life is a time leech. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a person, it could be a thing. Okay? I'm going to tell you this story, and after the story, I'm going to tell you the things that you need to watch out for. Years ago, when I first started promoting in Hollywood, like you guys have watched, if you guys have watched me for some time, you guys know I used to be a club promoter in Hollywood, right? The first club I ever promoted, I remember I felt so lucky to be promoting for this club. A club promoter promoting in Hollywood for one of the top clubs in Hollywood. Oh my goodness, it was the most amazing thing that I could have ever dreamed of. The one thing that I loved about this club was that it had gorgeous women, it had celebrities, and it was just a really fun time. It was a great time. Not only that, I was making money as well. But here's the thing. This club had one thing that was really detrimental to who I was as a person. I remember the first few months when I worked there, everything was great. You know, the girls, the party, the club scene, everything was fantastic, right? I was getting paid on time. Everything was just wonderful, right? Everything was just wonderful. Then after a couple of months, I noticed that every time it would come to the pay period, they would always move it back a week, right? So I was supposed to get paid this week, but then they would move it back a week until finally there was a time period that we didn't get paid for a month, right? And then I started noticing that the more time I put into this club, the less time I had for myself. And it was actually detrimental to who I was as a person. I wasn't making it as much, and it was wasting my time because they were not paying us on time. right? It was still one of the hottest clubs in Hollywood. It was a great time, fantastic. But at the end of the day, my time wasn't being well spent because I wasn't making the money that I needed to be making because they were holding my money. I had a decision to make. Do I stay at this club and just enjoy it as it is, the girls, the celebrity, all the people that were there, but at the same time, not getting paid, not really growing in any way? I could stay there, right? But I realized that if I stayed there, my growth as a person was going to decline. So one day I went in and I said, look, these are the things that have to change. I spoke to my boss. I told him, look, these are the things that I want to see change in the club, and I want to be getting paid on time. You know what he told me? He told me that none of my requests was going to be met and that they were going to pay me when they can pay me. So at that moment, I had a choice to make. I could either stay there and keep going through the things that I was going through, or I could find a different club. I told him, look, I need to get paid or else I'm leaving. He replied, if you leave, you are not going to see a red cent. Again, I had a decision to make. I had a decision to make. Do I stay there and wait for my check, or do I leave? Now, at the time, I will say I did have some savings, so I could make that decision comfortably. So I said, you know what, sir? Thank you for your time, but I can't stay here anymore. I cannot waste any more of my time in this place. I'm just going to cut my losses. Whatever it is, you guys can keep the money, whatever it is. I cannot spend any more of my precious time in this place. And I left. And I promise you, till today, I have not regret that decision. In fact, it was one of the best decisions that I've actually made in my life. And it was a very great turning point in my life because I realized one thing, that my time was more valuable than whatever I was getting at that place. Because when I left, my business grew. Because it made me understand that my time was more valuable than anything. And subconsciously, I communicated that to every person that I met. I put it into everything in my life. And I have seen the difference. Right? Guys, I want you to take that story and add it to your life. Remember, anything that you discover to be a time leech, you need to cut it out of your life. Sometimes I see guys and they are going after a girl, a particular girl. She's not giving him what he wants, but yet he continues to persist. He continues to be in the friend zone. He continues to text her. He continues to spend his valuable time on this thing that is not giving him what he wants in his life. It continues to be a time leech on his life. He's not the time where he's supposed to be using to spend on valuable things to make progress in his life, he's spending it on this person. Maybe it's not a girl, maybe it's a job that you hate. Maybe it's a job that you hate, that you're just in there and you realize that your talents aren't being used to the full effect and you keep staying there. Letting it be a time leech on your life, taking away time from your purpose and your dreams and things that you need to grow. Or it could be anything. It could be a movie you could be watching. It could be literally that small. It could be a movie or a book that you're reading. As soon as you start reading a book and you understand, look, this book is boring, you don't need to finish it. Just cut it. That is how stingy you need to be with your time. Trust me, I'm not being facetious. If you're watching something and you realize this show is dumb or this movie is dumb, you need to cut it out of your life. Or you notice that, you know what, me spending time in this particular thing is taken away from other things. I need to cut this thing out because it has become a time leech. It's okay if things happen to you. It's not okay if you continue to let it happen to you. And I'm going to say this one thing and I'm going to close out. And it comes from the whole principle of Stoicism. It's not the fact that life is short. It's the fact that you waste a lot of it. I will say that again. It is not the fact that life is short, it's the fact that you waste a lot of your time on this earth. Guys, that is the video for today. I hope you guys have seen value in that. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Share this video with someone that needs to hear it. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.